Have you ever reached for a handful of nuts, thinking you're making the healthiest choice for your body, only to wonder if those little snacks could be hiding a secret that's quietly working against you? Maybe you felt that afternoon slump, noticed your joints creaking a bit more, or wondered why your energy isn't what it used to be, despite eating all the right things. As we age past 60, those simple choices in our snack drawer can either be a powerful ally for our hearts, brains, and bones, or a silent saboteur fueling inflammation, high blood pressure, or even nutrient deficiencies. Today, we're diving into a life-changing journey to uncover the 5 nuts you should stop eating if you're over 60 and the 5 powerhouse nuts you should embrace instead. Backed by trusted science from places like Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, and the National Institute on Aging, this isn't just about nuts. It's about reclaiming your vitality, defying the aches of aging, and living with the energy and independence you deserve. You need to watch until the end because we're revealing a game-changing secret at number 1. A single choice that ties it all together and could transform your daily habits into a toolkit for thriving in your golden years. Stick with us, and let's unlock the power of your plate. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video, you can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. The 5 nuts to avoid after 60. 1. Salted nuts. The silent heart saboteur. High blood pressure, often dubbed the silent killer, is a pervasive health concern, particularly for older adults. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, over 70% of Americans aged 65 and older are diagnosed with hypertension, a condition that significantly elevates the risk of heart disease, stroke, kidney failure, and other serious complications. What makes hypertension particularly insidious is its lack of obvious symptoms, allowing it to wreak havoc on the body undetected. One surprisingly common contributor to this condition is salted nuts, those irresistibly crunchy cans of peanuts, cashews, or mixed nuts that many reach for as a snack. A single handful of salted nuts can deliver a staggering amount of sodium, often exceeding 200 to 300 milligrams, depending on the brand and serving size. Excessive sodium intake causes the body to retain water, which increases blood volume and places additional strain on arterial walls, driving up blood pressure. Over time, this can damage blood vessels, the heart, and other vital organs. For seniors, who may already have compromised cardiovascular systems, this sodium overload can be especially dangerous. Consider the case of Tom, a retired firefighter and avid snacker who couldn't resist salted cashews. At his annual checkup, he was shocked to learn his blood pressure had spiked to dangerous levels. "I thought nuts were a healthy choice," he exclaimed to his doctor. After some investigation, it became clear that the sodium in his beloved cashews was a major factor. By switching to unsalted nuts and monitoring his sodium intake more carefully, Tom saw his blood pressure readings gradually improve, reducing his reliance on medication and lowering his risk of cardiovascular complications. Action step: to protect your heart, swap salted nuts for raw or unsalted varieties. When shopping, scrutinize nutrition labels for no salt added or low sodium options, ensuring the sodium content is minimal, ideally under 50 milligrams per serving. For added flavor without the sodium bomb, try roasting your nuts at home with heart-healthy spices like rosemary, paprika, or cumin. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Toss raw nuts with a teaspoon of olive oil and your chosen spices, and roast for 10 to 15 minutes, stirring occasionally. If you're on blood pressure medication or experience symptoms like frequent headaches, dizziness, or swelling in your extremities, consult your doctor immediately to assess your sodium intake and overall cardiovascular health. 2. Candied or honey-roasted nuts. The sugar trap. Candied pecans, honey-roasted peanuts, or caramel-coated almonds are undeniably delicious, with their sweet, crunchy coatings that make them taste like a dessert in nut form. However, these sugary treats come with significant health risks, particularly for seniors. The sugar used to coat these nuts contributes to a harmful process called glycation, where sugar molecules bind to proteins or lipids in the body, forming advanced glycation end products, AGEs. These AGEs accelerate aging by stiffening joints, reducing skin elasticity, and impairing blood vessel function. For the 1 in 3 adults over 60 at risk for prediabetes or diabetes, as reported by the CDC, consuming sugar-coated nuts can exacerbate blood sugar instability, increasing the likelihood of insulin resistance and related complications. The allure of these nuts lies in their health halo. The perception that because they're nuts, they must be good for you. My neighbor Linda fell into this trap. Determined to cut back on sweets, she replaced her afternoon cookies with candied almonds, believing she was making a nutritious choice. However, she soon noticed persistent fatigue, frequent thirst, and unstable energy levels. A blood test revealed elevated blood sugar levels, and her doctor pointed out that the sugar in her healthy snack was spiking her glucose and contributing to her symptoms. Once Linda switched to plain nuts, her energy stabilized, and her blood sugar readings improved. Action step: avoid nuts with added sugars, honey, or syrup listed in the ingredients. Instead, satisfy your sweet tooth by pairing plain nuts with naturally sweet foods, such as a sliced apple, a handful of berries, or a small piece of dark chocolate, 70% cocoa or higher. This combination provides fiber and antioxidants, which help moderate blood sugar spikes. If you're experiencing symptoms like excessive thirst, fatigue, blurry vision, or frequent urination, schedule a blood sugar test with your healthcare provider to rule out prediabetes or diabetes. For those already managing these conditions, work with a dietitian to create a balanced snacking plan that minimizes sugar intake. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Raw nuts in excess. The anti-nutrient trap. Raw nuts are often hailed as a nutritional powerhouse, packed with healthy fats, protein, and fiber. However, consuming them in large quantities can introduce an unexpected health challenge due to phytic acid, a naturally occurring compound found in the outer layers of nuts, seeds, and grains. Phytic acid acts as an anti-nutrient by binding to essential minerals like calcium, iron, zinc, and magnesium in the digestive tract, preventing their absorption. For seniors, who may already face challenges with nutrient absorption due to age-related changes in digestion, excessive raw nut consumption can exacerbate deficiencies, potentially leading to weakened bones, low energy, compromised immunity, or even anemia. Take the example of Susan, a 68-year-old yoga enthusiast who prided herself on her nutrient-dense diet, which included large servings of raw almonds and homemade almond flour baked goods. Despite her healthy lifestyle, she was baffled when blood tests revealed low iron levels, a condition known as anemia. Her doctor explained that the phytic acid in her raw nuts was likely interfering with iron absorption, particularly since she wasn't balancing her diet with other iron-rich foods or preparation methods to reduce phytic acid. Action step: practice moderation with raw nuts, limiting intake to about a quarter cup, roughly 1 ounce, per day to minimize the impact of phytic acid. To further reduce phytic acid content, soak raw nuts in water for 8 to 12 hours, then rinse and dry them in a low oven, around 150 degrees Fahrenheit, for several hours until crisp. This process can break down phytic acid, making minerals more bioavailable. If you have conditions like osteoporosis, anemia, or low energy, discuss your nut consumption with your doctor or a registered dietitian. They may recommend pairing nuts with vitamin C-rich foods, like citrus or bell peppers, to enhance iron absorption or adjusting your overall diet to ensure adequate mineral intake. 4. Brazil nuts, in large amounts the selenium overload risk. Brazil nuts are a nutritional standout, renowned for their high selenium content. Selenium is a vital trace mineral that supports thyroid function, cognitive health, and antioxidant defenses. A single Brazil nut can provide 68 to 91 micrograms of selenium, meeting or exceeding the recommended daily intake of 55 micrograms for adults. However, consuming more than a few Brazil nuts daily can push selenium intake into toxic territory, a condition known as selenosis. Selenosis is not a standard medical term, so I will use selenium toxicity instead. Symptoms of selenium toxicity include hair loss, brittle nails, fatigue, gastrointestinal distress, and, in severe cases, nerve damage or thyroid dysfunction. Margaret, a health-conscious retiree, learned this lesson the hard way. In an effort to naturally support her thyroid function, she began eating a small handful of Brazil nuts, about 6 to 8 nuts, daily. After a few weeks, she noticed thinning hair, persistent fatigue, and a metallic taste in her mouth. Alarmed, she visited her doctor, who ordered blood tests that revealed elevated selenium levels. By cutting back to just 1 Brazil nut per day, Margaret's symptoms gradually resolved, and her selenium levels returned to normal. Action step. Treat Brazil nuts as a potent natural supplement rather than a casual snack. Limit consumption to 1 to 3 nuts per day to stay within safe selenium levels. If you take a multivitamin, selenium supplement, or thyroid medication, consult your healthcare provider before incorporating Brazil nuts into your diet to avoid excessive intake. Be vigilant for symptoms of selenium toxicity, such as hair loss, nail changes, or unusual fatigue, and seek medical advice if they arise. For variety, mix Brazil nuts with other low-selenium nuts like almonds or walnuts to reduce the risk of overconsumption. 5. Overly processed nut butters. The hidden junk. Nut butters, such as peanut, almond, or cashew butter, can be a nutrient-dense addition to a senior's diet, offering healthy fats, protein, and satiety. However, many commercial nut butters are far from wholesome, as they're often packed with added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and excessive salt. These additives transform a potentially healthy spread into a processed food that can contribute to weight gain, inflammation, and blood sugar spikes. For seniors managing conditions like obesity, diabetes, or arthritis, these hidden ingredients can exacerbate symptoms and undermine health goals. My cousin Ed, a retiree who enjoyed peanut butter on his morning toast, was unaware that his favorite brand contained more sugar per serving than a typical candy bar. Over time, he noticed gradual weight gain, increased joint pain, and a sluggish feeling after meals. When he switched to a natural nut butter with no added ingredients, he not only lost a few pounds but also experienced less joint discomfort and more consistent energy levels. Action step. Choose nut butters with a single ingredient. The nut itself, e.g., 100% peanuts or 100% almonds. Avoid products with added sugars, oils like palm or hydrogenated oils, or salt, which can be identified by reading the ingredients list. Many health food stores offer freshly ground nut butters, or you can make your own by blending raw or roasted nuts in a food processor until smooth. Stick to a serving size of 1 to 2 tablespoons to keep calories and fat in check, especially if you're managing weight, diabetes, or heart disease. If you notice unexplained weight gain, inflammation, or blood sugar fluctuations, review your nut butter choices and consult a dietitian for personalized guidance. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. The 5 nuts to embrace after 60. As we cross the threshold of 60, our bodies and minds require thoughtful nourishment to maintain strength, vitality, and sharpness. Nuts, often overlooked as mere snacks, are nutritional powerhouses that can become your allies in the journey toward vibrant aging. Packed with essential nutrients, healthy fats, and antioxidants, these 5 nuts, almonds, walnuts, pistachios, pecans, and in-shell varieties, offer targeted benefits for your bones, brain, joints, and heart. Below, we dive into why these nuts are indispensable for seniors, how they support your health, and practical ways to incorporate them into your daily life, all while sharing relatable stories to inspire you. 1. Almonds. Your bone-building best friend. As we age, our bones become more vulnerable. Osteoporosis, a condition where bones lose density and become brittle, affects over 10 million Americans, with seniors being particularly at risk. A simple stumble can lead to a fracture, which can significantly impact mobility and independence. Fortunately, almonds are a delicious and effective ally in fortifying your skeletal system. Almonds are rich in calcium, the essential building block of strong bones, providing about 76 milligrams per ounce, roughly 23 almonds. They also deliver magnesium, a critical mineral that acts like the hammer and nails of bone health, helping your body absorb and utilize calcium efficiently. Research indicates that up to 80% of seniors may be deficient in magnesium, which can exacerbate bone loss. Almonds also contain vitamin E and healthy fats, which support overall cellular health and reduce inflammation that can weaken bones over time. Consider the story of Clara, a 68-year-old retiree who was diagnosed with early osteopenia after a routine bone density scan. Concerned about her fracture risk, she began incorporating a small handful of almonds into her daily routine, alongside her doctor's recommendations for vitamin D supplementation and weight-bearing exercises like walking. Over time, Clara noticed improved strength and confidence in her movements, and her follow-up scans showed stabilized bone density. While almonds alone aren't a cure, they're a practical, tasty addition to a bone-healthy lifestyle. Action step. Aim to eat 20 to 24 raw or dry roasted unsalted almonds daily, about a quarter cup or 1 ounce. Try them as a mid-morning snack, tossed into yogurt, or blended into a smoothie for a creamy texture. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, consult your doctor to create a comprehensive plan that includes almonds alongside calcium supplements, vitamin D, and exercises like Tai Chi or resistance training to maximize bone strength. 2. Walnuts. The brain-boosting champion. Your brain is your most precious asset, governing memory, decision-making, and emotional well-being. As we age, cognitive decline becomes a concern, with conditions like Alzheimer's disease affecting millions. Walnuts, with their brain-like shape, are nature's gift to cognitive health, offering a potent mix of nutrients to keep your mind sharp and resilient. Walnuts are a top source of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that supports neural flexibility and communication between brain cells. Their high levels of antioxidants, including polyphenol, help protect brain cells from oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which are linked to cognitive decline and neurodegenerative diseases. Studies suggest that regular walnut consumption may improve memory and cognitive performance in older adults, making them a simple yet powerful tool for brain health. My Uncle Joe, a 72-year-old crossword enthusiast, noticed his recall wasn't as quick as it used to be. After reading about walnuts' brain benefits, he started adding a handful to his morning oatmeal and lunchtime salads. Within months, Joe felt his mental clarity improve, and he tackled his crosswords with renewed vigor. While walnuts aren't a cure for serious cognitive issues, they're a proactive step toward maintaining mental agility. Action step: incorporate 10 to 14 walnut halves, about a quarter cup or 1 ounce, into your diet most days of the week. Sprinkle them over oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or toss them into salads for a satisfying crunch. If you experience memory lapses, confusion, or other cognitive changes, consult a neurologist or primary care provider for a thorough evaluation. Walnuts can support brain health, but are not a substitute for medical treatment. 3. Pistachios, the joint-soothing star. Chronic inflammation is a silent threat in aging, often described as a smoldering fire that fuels conditions like arthritis, heart disease, and even vision loss. Pistachios, with their vibrant green hue and satisfying crunch, are a delicious weapon against this inflammation, offering benefits for your joints, heart, and eyes. Pistachios are packed with antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which combat inflammation and protect against age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in seniors. Their healthy fats and fiber also support joint health by reducing inflammation markers linked to arthritis pain. Additionally, the act of shelling in-shell pistachios provides a mindful, tactile ritual that keeps your hands nimble and engaged, which is especially beneficial for those with mild joint stiffness. Take Diane, a 65-year-old avid gardener who struggled with hand stiffness that made pruning her roses challenging. On her doctor's advice, she started snacking on in-shell pistachios a few times a week. The combination of their anti-inflammatory properties and the gentle exercise of shelling helped ease her discomfort, allowing her to tend her garden with greater ease. The shells also slowed her eating, preventing overconsumption and adding a meditative quality to her snack time. Action step: enjoy about a quarter cup, 1 ounce, of in-shell pistachios 3 to 4 times a week. The shells naturally encourage portion control and mindful eating. Try them as an afternoon snack or pair with a piece of fruit for a balanced treat. If you experience sudden or severe joint pain, swelling, or redness, consult your doctor to rule out conditions like gout or rheumatoid arthritis, as pistachios are a complement to, not a replacement for, medical care. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 4. Pecans, the heart-healthy hero. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death for seniors, but pecans offer a delicious and effective way to support cardiovascular health. These buttery nuts are more than just a pie ingredient. They're a nutritional powerhouse that can help keep your heart strong and your arteries flexible. Pecans are rich in phytosterols, plant compounds that lower bad LDL cholesterol by blocking its absorption in the gut. Their monounsaturated fats promote arterial health, while their antioxidants, including vitamin E, protect against oxidative stress that can damage blood vessels. When combined with almonds and walnuts, pecans form a heart-protecting trio that supports overall cardiovascular wellness. My neighbor Sam, a 70-year-old retiree, had a wake-up call after a mild heart scare. His doctor recommended dietary changes, and Sam began incorporating a mixed nut trail mix with pecans, almonds, and walnuts into his daily routine. Over time, his cholesterol levels improved, and he felt more energized for his morning walks. Pecans became a staple in his heart-healthy lifestyle, proving that small changes can yield big results. Action step: create a heart-healthy trail mix with raw, unsalted almonds, walnuts, and pecans, aiming for a quarter cup, 1 ounce, serving most days. Enjoy it as a snack or sprinkle it over yogurt or salads. Pair this habit with your doctor's recommendations, such as regular cholesterol checks, blood pressure monitoring, and aerobic activities like brisk walking or cycling to maximize heart health benefits. 5. In-shell nuts, the ultimate game changer. The secret to making nuts a sustainable and joyful part of your diet lies in choosing in-shell varieties: almonds, walnuts, and pistachios still encased in their natural shells. The shell is more than just packaging. It's nature's built-in portion control, slowing down your eating pace and preventing mindless munching. Cracking open nuts is also a nostalgic, tactile activity that evokes memories of gathering around the table with family, fostering a sense of connection and mindfulness. In-shell nuts offer practical benefits. 2. The act of shelling engages your hands, which can help maintain dexterity, especially for those with mild arthritis. It also encourages you to savor each bite, enhancing satisfaction and reducing the risk of overeating. By choosing raw, unsalted in-shell nuts, you avoid the added sugars, oils, and excessive sodium often found in processed varieties, ensuring you reap the full nutritional benefits without hidden downsides. Action step: stock your pantry with in-shell almonds, walnuts, and pistachios. If shelling is challenging due to arthritis or hand weakness, pre-portion a quarter-cup servings of shelled nuts to maintain portion control. Make in-shell nuts your go-to snack for a ritual that's as enjoyable as it is health-promoting. Set up a cozy corner with a bowl of in-shell nuts for an evening activity, perhaps while listening to music or chatting with loved ones, to blend nutrition with nostalgia. Why nuts matter after 60? Aging brings unique challenges: brittle bones, cognitive changes, joint discomfort, and heart health risks. But it also offers an opportunity to embrace foods that nourish and empower. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, pecans, and in-shell nuts are more than just snacks. They're tools for resilience, vitality, and joy. By incorporating these nuts into your daily routine, you're making a proactive choice to support your body and mind. General tips for success: choose quality. Opt for raw or dry roasted, unsalted nuts to avoid excess sodium or sugars. Check labels for added ingredients if buying pre-shelled. Portion control: stick to about a quarter cup, 1 ounce, per serving to balance calorie intake, as nuts are calorie-dense, roughly 160 to 200 calories per ounce. Storage: keep nuts in an airtight container in a cool, dry place or refrigerate to maintain freshness and prevent rancidity. Allergies and precautions: if you have nut allergies or difficulty chewing, consult your doctor or a dietitian for alternative nutrient sources, such as seeds or fortified foods. Complementary lifestyle: pair nut consumption with a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, plus regular physical activity and medical checkups. By embracing these 5 nuts, you're not just snacking. You're investing in a stronger, sharper, and more vibrant you. Whether you're inspired by Clara's stronger bones, Joe's sharper mind, Diane's nimble hands, or Sam's healthier heart, let these nuts be your companions in aging gracefully and joyfully. And there you have it, friends, a roadmap to transform your simple nut snacking habit into a powerful tool for thriving after 60. From dodging the sneaky traps of salted and candied nuts to embracing the bone-building, brain-boosting, heart-protecting power of almonds, walnuts, pistachios, pecans, and in-shell gems, you now hold the keys to make every bite count. You're not just snacking, you're building a stronger, sharper, more vibrant you. I'm so curious to hear from you. What's the one big lesson you've learned today? Maybe it's the surprising risk of eating too many Brazil nuts, the magic of in-shell pistachios for mindful eating, or how walnuts can support your brain health. Drop a comment below and share one thing you're taking away and plan to put into practice in your life. Your story could inspire someone else in our community. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more practical, science-backed tips to live your best life after 60. Here's to your health, your happiness, and a future full of vitality. See you in the next one.